So these are the foot braces that I'm going to put in the boat, and these are the bolts that I'm going to use to mount them, called elevator bolts. You can find them on Amazon. Alright, the first step in locating where your foot braces are going to be mounted is to measure, and you want to keep an eye on where the bulkhead is going to be. That's my bulkhead, and this is in the range where my feet will be. So I'm going to position it in the panel there and centered in the panel there, and that'll be fine. I'm just doing the fronts for now, and then we'll get the other ones in place after that sets. I had a little leftover epoxy, so there we go. And again, once these are set into place, I'm going to come back and glass them so to give them reinforcement. It's a little sloppy, but I'm kind of rushing here. There's a concept called over-engineering, which means to completely and utterly overdo it. Fortunately, I'm not an engineer, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, now I think it's safe to say that ain't going anywhere. There you go. Okay, again, on these foot braces, just because they're a smaller diameter and I really want to make sure they're going to be secure, I'm going super ultra redundant. I'm going to put some epoxy, I'm going to put 2 pieces of glass, and then, like I said, super redundant. I'm going to give it this donut, some thickened epoxy all around, and then another piece of glass on top of that. It ain't going anywhere. You may be wondering, who in the heck taught this kid how to make a kayak? That is not how you do it. I'll be happy to report the person that taught this kid how to make kayaks is this kid. That's who taught me. I did. Okay. Now I'll mix up another cup of thin epoxy and put these 2 pieces of glass over top of all this mess. It's going good. Cool. Be right back. Trying not to get epoxy all over the shaft of the screw. Okay. Well, we'll let this set, and then when it does, that ain't going anywhere. Now that the mounting bolts are firmly in place, I'm going to temporarily install the foot braces with the hardware so that I can then trim the excess length off of the bolts. Alright, so I can cut off at least ½ inch. So that's what I'll do next. Okay. We'll let those cool before we touch them. I think this time we'll just mark the length instead of putting the plastic on. well, just a little under 1¼ inches. Alright, well that's going to wrap it up for the foot brace mounts, and we're going to wait until we get the boat actually all together and in its final fit out before we put on the foot braces. But thank you very much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you've made it this far. Moving forward.